What's going on, my fellow Digidogs? It's your good mate Tro here. Hope you guys got your digital monsters ready. I forgot to get new batteries for mine, so mine's not ready yet. But who needs digital monster pets when we've got the digital monster deck? Version 1, the OG. So of course we're going to be jog-racing with our Blitzgreymon Ace and our Kresgarurumon Ace into the ungodly Omnimon Alta S. 839 subscribers, guys. Wow, our Digidogs army is getting so huge. Thanks so much for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, well then to hell with you. Don't forget to comment on that deck list, guys. I'm really just having fun with it for now, but I know it can be stronger. Alright, let's get stuck into it. Engage!
Tune on in, boys and girls. Go through the digital world, strategies deck lists away. Pass through the digital gate. Digidorks. Digidorks. Digidorks.
Alright, first up on our deck list, our Digitama. We're running 4 copies of brand new Koromon EX9. So just using inheritables, when attacking you can digivolve for a reduced cost of 1 into a version 1 trait. We'll just use 4 of them. A lot of the times I haven't been raising like every turn. I've been just staying in there doing some training, which I'll tell you about when the rookies come out, which will be now. We'll bring out the rookies. For our rookies, we are running 4 copies of Agumon. This is all EX9 stuff, by the way. 4 copies of Betamon. 2 copies of Gizamon. And 1 copy of Biomon. So, this guy searches out our DM trait cards, also places a version 1 trait face down underneath him when you play him to search. Gets the ball rolling, it's fantastic. And the rest of these guys, they've got training. So training, you can suspend it, place a face down card underneath as its bottom Digivolution card. And you can do this in the raising area too. So you can suspend it in the raising area, put a face down card, next unsuspend phase, it'll restand, just like in the battle phase. You can just, I was just going to use 3 Gizamon, but I chose Boomon just for a bit of versatility in the inheritables. He's got Raid, he got some trashing of Digivolution cards, jamming, bit of DP boost, very versatile, these version 1 decks. You can build basically whatever you want. Alright, we'll jump into the level 4s. For our champions, we'll be running 3 copies of Numemon, this is all EX9 again, 2 copies of Devimon, 2 copies of Greymon, 2 copies of Garurumon. Then we just got 1 copy of Airdramon, 1 copy of Tuskmon, 1 copy of Dark Tyrannomon, and 1 copy of Monochromon. Alright, so yes, I'm using these one-ofs. It's just for the assembly effect of the 1 Chimeramon I'm running in this build, and you need 4 different level 4s. So that's why I'm running so many different ones. Otherwise, I would just stick to the version 1 guys, which is Numemon, Devimon, Greymon, Airdramon, I'm pretty sure. Those are the version 1s? Yes. But still, don't look past some of these other versions for effects. Garurumon's probably got one of the best effects ever. Trashing any of your opponent's Digivolution cards is amazing. So much versatility again in the inheritables. You got Retaliation here, on deletion, suspend an opponent's Digimon or Tamer, blocker, raid, barrier. Alright, so Numemon I'm using most of for his end of turn, cheating out Digivolution, basically from the trash. But also places 3 face down cards end of turn to digivolve into a version 1 trait, either from hand or trash. You do that with Mamamon, and he's got 3 face down cards underneath him. You can play out a 7 cost from his effect, which is one of your aces. You can cheat out one of your aces. So that's why I use 3 of him and 5 Mamamon, which you'll see in the build. So let's just go on to our ultimates. For our level 5s, we are running 4 copies of Mamamon, 2 copies of Metal Greymon, 2 copies of Edamon, and 1 copy of Chimeramon. So, like I said, use with synchronization with the Numemon. Mamamon's really good. Plays out a play cost of 4 lower DM trait on play when digivolving. Then for each face down card you have in his Digivolution cards, you add 1 to that effect. So yeah, you can get up to 7 on average and play out your aces, which is awesome. We've got Metal Greymon, of course, on play when digivolving. Place a Digimon card from your trash face down, his bottom Digivolution card. Then you can delete up to 5,000 DP. Then for each face down card he has underneath, you add 2,000 to that effect. On average, gotten to like, 9-11k. Haven't thought too much about it, but the security attack +1 is fantastic and is coming really handy, especially that our Megas have Alliance. Edamon, I know he's a version 3, but definitely have to use him. He's fantastic for just a bit of cheeky aggression for level 5, security +1, and when digivolving when attacking once per turn, by trashing this Digimon's face down bottom Digivolution card, recovery 1 deck. So yeah, that can really put the pressure on your opponent. We got jamming in this deck and barrier, so you can keep him on. His inheritable is awesome too when your opponent removes a card from your security stack, minus 4,000 to one of their opponents for the turn. One of their opponent's Digimon for the turn. Alright, Chimeramon. He's got the Rush, Security Attack +1, and he's got this assembly effect I was talking about in the level 4s, which is, you place, it's basically Digicrossing from the trash. You play 7 level 4 DM trait cards, different names, underneath him, and you can play it for, 3. Play it for a cost of 3. So with Rush and stuff, that's why you definitely want to have enough cards to do that. You will see those cards in the trash too. With all these face-down cards and stuff, so much stuff goes in the trash. And the face-down Digivolution cards, they become face-up in the trash as well, just in case you're wondering. Alright, let's go on to our Megas. We're running 4 copies of Blitzgreymon Ace, and 2 copies of the Kresgurumon Ace. So yes, for our Jogressing, for our DNA Digivolving, so you can use 3 and 3, or whichever amount you guys want to use. I can get the job done with Blitzgreymon, like him a lot more. And 2 Secrets, Gurumon enough, but yeah, could go to 3 and 3, maybe for a bit more consistency. But yes, Blitzgreymon, the Digivolves 3, Kresgurumon, returns a level 5 or lower to the hand, and then similar effects, Blitzgreymon Ace has got end of turn, 2 of your Digimon may Digivolve into Omnimon Alter S in the hand, then 1 of your Digimon may attack, so that is just the best effect. And then all turns when any of your level 6 Digimon will leave the battle area other than in battle, 2 of your Digimon may DNA Digivolve into Omnimon Alter S in the hand. So yeah, really getting that effect off. And their inheritables, security, this Digimon's attack target can't change, and security +1. When you go in with the new Alter S, which isn't affected by your opponent's effects, it swings in, can't have its attack changed, which means it can't be blocked, and it can't be redirected. Nothing can de-Digivolve it, nothing can trash its Digivolution cards, not the option cards in the security. So yeah, it's just fantastic. All your opponent can do is just, well, they can do whatever they want, but it's not going to affect you for that one swing. It's going to be awesome. So, alright, on to our level 7s. We've got 1 copy of the brand new Omnimon Ultra S EX9, and then I've got 3 copies of the old school Omnimon Ultra S from EX4. Obviously, I would use more of this guy if I pulled more of him. I only got 1, but hey, this guy's a great substitute too, and honestly, I've gotten slightly more value out of this guy than this guy. This guy really just gets the ball rolling, just going for the swing, then end of attack. He goes on top of your security stack, you play out your Blitz and your Krez. You can also play out a Greymon in its name, or version 1 trait, and Gurumon in its name, or version 2 trait. So versatility is definitely there over this old guy. But this guy, so he doesn't cheat out after the attack, he basically stays on board, so you'll still do that swing if you Digivolve with Blitzgreymon's effect for 2 checks, and then, yes, he will just stay on the field. And then all turns when this Digimon will leave the battle area, other than by one of your effects, you play a Blitzgrey and a Kresgurumon from his Digimon's Digivolution cards, which is definitely the cards you want to end up playing. Unless you're really scared about overflow and stuff, you don't want to play them out. But yeah, so at the end of attack, this guy will just play them out, and then they're on the field. But this guy, he'll keep them underneath until your opponent tries to do something to you. But again, de-Digivolving always screws up this play, which is never nice. That's why on Alter S, the new guy is probably better, because it does it all quick smart, in a flash. And then if you've got another Omnimon Alter S, you can use the Kresgurumon Aces all turns, DNA Digivolve back into another one again. Alright, that's it for our level 7s, onto the Tamers. For our Tamers, we are running just 1 copy of Analog Youth, and 1 copy of Ty and Matt. Yeah, sorry about this, guys, I only pulled 1 of each, but still just stuffing around with it. Honestly, I'd probably just run this guy at 3, if I could. I think he's pretty good. But this guy's awesome too, but it's definitely going to be better for the Adventure deck, which I will be building next. Yeah, so this guy just, start a main phase, can put a face down card from your hand as a bottom Digivolution card. One of your Digimon, and then by doing so, you can suspend this guy, gain a memory. You have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, you draw 1. And yeah, it gives all your Digimon face down Digivolution cards reboot, which is super awesome. And this guy, I chose this guy so I can get Omnimon, Greymon, Gurumon back from the trash. Sometimes Kresgurumon or Blitzgrey or Omnimon ends up being a face down card, and you don't know until it goes in the trash. So on play, you can return 1 back there, and also just to cheat out your aces a bit cheaper when you play them from your hand. Alright, onto our options. We're running 2 copies of Meat, 2 copies of Protein, 1 copy of File Island. Alright, so basically, Meat helps us Digivolve for reduced cost. Protein You trash 2 bottom face down Digivolution cards that Digimon unsuspends. And File Island, just a security effect that goes face up in the security card, or your DM trait Digimon get 1000 DP for each of their face down Digivolution cards. Only running at 1, it is kind of really handy to see it once. Sometimes it's saved me from a lot, just making my blockers all that bigger for the turn, putting that extra pressure on. Also, your opponent gets a little wary about hitting the security effect, which is you may play a 5 cost or lower card with the DM trait from your trash without paying the cost. So yeah, but mostly, let's see, I think I've got the most value out of Protein so far, in just because I've used it in very versatile ways. Like I've swung in for Alliance, 2 checks, and then like suspending one of my rookies that had face down cards, and then just to go in for that last check, use the delay on this, unsuspended my rookie with face down Digivolution cards, just came out of the breeding area, and then just swung with the rookie. So yeah, I would say Protein's probably the best. I could easily just run him at 4, especially with the security effect, gain 1 memory, freaking Hammer Spark again, is awesome. Alright, that's it for the deck list, on to the strategy guide. Okay, Digibronies, the strategy to this deck is quite simple. You at least want to have a rookie and a tamer in your opening hand. So we'll start off by hatching. Digivolving into Gizmon costs 0 over a DM trait Digitama, draw for Digivolving. Then we shall use it as a training effect. By suspending a Gizmon in the breeding or battle area, we can place a face down card from our top of our deck underneath him as his bottom Digivolution card. Then we shall simply play an Analog Youth for a cost of 3, passing turn. Once turn has passed, we draw. Then we shall once again use our training effect, placing a card underneath our Gizmon as his bottom Digivolution card. Then we shall play a Protein for a cost of 2. The main, we draw 1, and then we place in the battle area. Then we shall simply Digivolve our Gizmon into Devimon for a cost of 2, passing turn. Once turn has passed, we draw. Then we shall raise our Devimon out of raising area. And start of main phase, we can place a card from our hand as a face down Digivolution card of one of our DM trait Digimon. And by doing this, we can suspend our Analog Youth to gain a memory, and if we have 7 or fewer cards in our hand, we can draw 1. We shall then Digivolve into Edamon, cost 4, over a DM trait Digimon, draw for Digivolving. And when Digivolving, or when attacking once per turn by trashing this Digimon's bottom face down Digivolution card, we can recovery 1. We will then swing for 2 checks our opponent's security, and if he is deleted, no matter, we will simply play down a Numamon for a cost of 3, passing turn, and end of turn, once per turn, by placing 3 Digimon cards with a version 1 trait from our trash face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards, it may Digivolve into a version 1 trait in the hand or trash. We shall Digivolve into Mamamon for a cost of 3, draw for Digivolving, and when Digivolving we can reveal the top 3 cards of our deck and play a cost of 4 DM trait among them, and we can add 1 to the cost for each face down Digivolution card this Digimon has. So we can play one of our aces. We shall play the Kreska, putting the rest to the bottom of the deck, and passing turn. Once turn has passed, we draw. Then start of main phase by placing a card face down, bottom Digivolution card. We can suspend that tamer to gain a memory and draw 1. We shall then Digivolve Mamamon into Blitzgreymon for a cost of 3, draw for Digivolving. And when Digivolving, we Digivolve 3 one of our opponent's Digimon. We shall then swing with Alliance, which will suspend one of our Digimon, giving this Digimon its DP and an extra security check. So we'll swing in for 2 checks at 24,000. Then we shall use the delay effect on our Protein by trashing 2 bottom face down Digivolution cards of one of our DM trait Digimon it unsuspends. We shall then swing in for 1 more check. Then we shall DNA Digivolve into Omnimon Alter Est for a cost of 0, draw for Digivolving. And because we DNA Digivolve, it restands and doesn't have summoning sickness, and we can swing for game. This Digimon's attack target cannot be changed, so it won't be blocked or redirected. It's as simple as that, Digibronies. Don't forget to like and subscribe.